The Taste of New Orleans concert, I spoke to the members of the Preservation Hall Jazz Band before the show, and I asked one of them, I said, so what is it about this place? They're one of the bands that have been there year after year. It must be 20 years now, and they said,
we grew old together.
Right? And they said this is an outdoor concert for them. It's fairly typical, but not the setting. The setting, they say, is extraordinary. Talk a little bit about presenting music in the planting fields, how it came about, and how you try to incorporate the setting into the evening.
Well, it came about because I remember at a board meeting, the then board president said, Teddy, if you had anything you wanted, what would you wish for? I said, I'd love to see this field come alive with musicians coming out of bushes, just the whole place alive with music. And that was the beginning of the Beethoven Festival. Right. And although we did a little jazz, a little popular music, at the field on the portico of Cole Hall, this was our first attempt to go and use the facilities, do more publicity, and it was very successful. And from there, it was almost a natural evolution that we do other things. And of course, without the blessing of the state, we couldn't do any of this because it is a state arboretum. But they like what we do, and they like to see it used for the public use.
Right. Now, we talked a little bit about the Vienna Fest. Who will actually be performing there? I don't think we actually mentioned the performers.
Well, it's going to be the Festival Orchestra with Richard Kapp conducting, Paul Peabody and his marionettes. A wonderful 18th century reproduction of marionettes will be performing for young people. And there'll be artists throughout the day, performing. And but we've had a wonderful summer, starting with David Sanborn, Natalie Cole, Ray Charles, the Rippingtons were just here, and it's been a great summer, and we lucked out with the weather.
It's been a great summer as far as the weather goes.
Oh yes.
Now you also have a silver anniversary ball coming up.
Yes.
And talk a little bit about that. What are your plans?
We figured that was something special to celebrate for anybody within the arts to exist for 25 years deserves a celebration. And we're having it at the Garden City Hotel, and it will be a gala affair, and we're honoring John J. O'Neill of Fleet Bank and Pearl Kamer, the chief economist of LIA, Monsignor help me out.
Tom Hartman, and Rabbi Mark Gelman.
Rabbi Mark Gelman will be there too. And we're having a special guest artist, a cabaret singer, Ann Hampton Calloway, to entertain. There'll be dancing, and by all means, we want to make it a big success so that we can continue for another 25 years.
All right, now, so, people interested in supporting the Friends of the Arts, interested in attending the gala, should do what?
Oh, all they have to do is call 922-92, my goodness.
No, I can't help you out with this one.
This is silly. Of all the times to go blank, 922-0061. And just speak to anybody, speak to the development department, because that's the bottom line. The bottom line is the bottom line. Right. And we are always looking for sponsors, people interested in supporting us. And for ticket information, feel free to call.
So we're almost out of time, but let me ask you, maybe you could give me a succinct answer to this. You've gone on 25 years. You think Friends of the Arts will be around for another 25?
I hope so. I hope so. And we're making plans so that its existence will continue. Right. Maybe a whole other staff of characters. Right. But we hope that they will continue because we have great ideas for growth, and particularly in arts and education. Right. If we don't start educating our children in the appreciation of the arts as there once was in schools, there's not going to be any audience for the future. Right. And so that's our focus. It's going to be in arts and education, seeing what we can do working with the schools to make it part of the curricula so that it's not considered a frill, but a necessity.
Well, Teddy Bookman, thank you for joining me on the show.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
I'm Danny McCue of Anton Community Newspapers, and this is Insight Nassau. Thank you. Good night.